are seeing damage all across central Ohio this morning.
Yeah, you've heard it, you've seen it in your own yard, and we're going to give you a view now of what we're seeing across central Ohio. 10 TV's Ava Hedges joining us live from Hilliard, where we've been hearing about trees down in the area, some power outage concerns. Ava, show us what you're seeing.
Stacia, tree damage really for itself right behind me here. I'm on Schertzinger Road in Hilliard, and this tree limb is it is down. This massive limb is down, blocking both sides of the road. If we go over here, you can see cars lining up, trying to get through on both sides of the tree. I mean, they're going to have to turn around at some point, but I also want to point out this is turning into a neighborhood effort now to clean up the tree behind me here. We've got folks out here with hand saws just getting at these tree limbs right now. I was actually speaking with, this is William here. William, you live right over here. You heard the snap. Tell me about what kind of happened as you heard this tree coming down.
Yeah, I mean, huge amount of wind coming through and pouring rain, and then a lot of loud snapping, a lot of branches coming down, and obviously this huge limb, half the tree coming down. So it was pretty scary as far as like looking out your window, hoping nothing hit your house.
Right. Was anyone on the road when that tree came down?
People coming through quickly, and then everybody's been turning around in the driveways just to make it through.
But luckily it didn't, no cars were hit when the tree fell.
No, I didn't see anything hit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and you've got, what do you have here?
Just a bow saw, just trying to lop off branches so cars can get through.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. They've already cleared quite a few. If you take a look over here, they're really just cutting everything off, lugging it over here. And I'll tell you what, these branches are heavy. I try to kind of pick one up just to see what they're working with. These are some really, really heavy branches. And it looks like over here, I'm just seeing this right now, somebody's got a truck trying to pull the branches maybe backwards. That's what it looks like is going on right here right now. But yeah, it's still lightning. I mean, in fact, when we turned onto Schertzinger Road when we first got here, there was a house with the entire fence line ripped up. The tree was uprooted. You could see like the roots of the tree. So there's just tons of damage out here. It's still raining, still lightning, still thundering. But like I said, it's already turned into a neighborhood-wide effort to get this tree out of the way, off the road here, so that folks can continue on their commute through Schertzinger Road. But for right now, I'm going to send it back to you guys. We're going to be covering this all day long, so make sure you stick with us.
It's so great to see the neighbors coming out there together. I mean, what can you do?
No, it's so true, and that also speaks to how many reports like this we're hearing about from across the area. And we have maybe more official crews headed out in different directions, so neighbors just have to take matters into their own hands, and we're seeing that in action right there.
Yes. Okay, so you have me, Stacia, and now we're bringing in Angela Ann, because what have you uncovered?
I will tell you guys, the last hour, it has been absolutely crazy inside the newsroom, but can you imagine being out there, one of the first responders?
Sure.
In fact, Battalion Chief Barnhart said to us, the entire city is getting hammered. And that's what it looked like literally for the last hour. I would say about 10 o'clock when we started seeing the storm really get bad. It suddenly got worse in a matter of minutes. In fact, we have video I think we're going to show you from ODOT because we started getting calls from people saying they thought a tornado came through right down I-71 along the Weber Road area. And so Matt Bruning from ODOT posted video from ODOT showing the traffic camera. And literally, ladies, you could see the cars kind of moving along very slowly along I-71. Here it is right there. Look very closely. You see the camera get worse.
Oh, my
Did you see that car?
Yes. Sure did.
The wind literally blew it over and flipped it over.
Oh, wow.
Right there in that moment. So we're working to find out the condition of that driver. I cannot imagine the fear that they had in that moment. But again, this is just one example of the dozens of phone calls that we're getting about roofs that have collapsed at stores, at homes. We're also getting reports of obviously trees down, but a lot of people saying they thought a tornado came right through I-71. It looks like it. I mean, what can do something like that to flip a car over?
Straight line winds. That's the challenge here, though.
Yes.
Maybe it's not a tornado. Maybe we're talking about a burst of wind, and it can do that. And that's why we always say, just because you don't have a tornado warning doesn't mean you shouldn't take it seriously.
And I hope those people are okay. I mean, or whoever's in that car.
I hope so too. My husband said he was just picking up our daughter about 30 minutes ago in the Gahanna area from practice. You could not see in front of you. And so cars
scary.
were just stopped,
Yes.
and it was very scary to drive. So again, we have crews everywhere. I will tell you that we have crews checking out roofs that have collapsed, drivers that are being reportedly trapped. So it's really a very dangerous situation right now, even though the cleanup where Ava was looked calm.
Right.
But there is still a lot of fear out there as we prepare for possibly next round of storms.
Well, and we've seen the radar. It looks like it's on repeat, as the kids say. I mean,
Waves,
just
yes.
waves of it coming through.
And the power outages too, as you can imagine, power lines are down. The numbers right now, I think the last time I heard it in the newsroom was over 100,000 people right now without power. So this is certainly a tricky day for a lot of folks.
That also makes it really challenging to get the power back on when the reports are coming in from every direction. And we know the crews are out there. They've been out there since yesterday working to get folks back online, but we're getting these reports from literally all over.
And the weather keeps happening, so you can't work through
There's no stoppage. So I'm going to send it back, go back into the newsroom
Okay.
and see what else I can find out for you guys, but I'll be back.
All right,
Angela,
thank you so
thank you.
much. We are going to touch base with our meteorologist right now. You got a bit of a breather, but boy, looks like you're bracing for what's next on that radar, I see.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about what's kind of coming next. We have that heavy storms going in our area right now, but looking ahead towards northern parts of Indiana, you can start to see that storm system start to brew behind what we're already seeing this afternoon. Earlier this morning, we had this initial system kind of come out of here, and that's kind of what started gearing towards us here in central Ohio. I talked a lot about it this morning, but as we get later into the afternoon, Justin mentioned something earlier called training. So it's essentially where this storm system right here, if we zoom in a little bit right here, Justin, you can kind of see those storms start to develop, and you've got storms just lining up right behind it, just creating a whole pathway. And that's kind of where we get those flash flood warnings from. You get heavy amounts of rain over the same area over a long amount of time. And with that, the combination of all the rain and the winds, that's when stuff starts to get dangerous. And you can kind of see this system out of here, out of the northern parts of Illinois, that will eventually start making its way over here. And Justin, you mentioned a little bit earlier, this system right here is kind of taking that long pathway. So it's going to continue to move a little bit towards the east, but then kind of make its way down south and continue to train along with these storms. And eventually, we're keeping an eye on it, but we're expecting it to start making its way into central Ohio by the time we get into later this afternoon, talking around maybe 7 hours-ish from now. But during the day, with all of this heavy rain and all that moisture we have in the atmosphere, it's making a great setup for heavier rain coming in later this afternoon as well. And as you can see, we still do have those severe thunderstorm warnings that will continue over the next few minutes. Most of them kind of been issued until around 11:30 this morning. But as you can see, that heavy line right there, that's really where those stronger winds are coming out. Earlier today, we did mention we had around 70, 80 miles per hour here in the Columbus Airport. And as this system continues to push through, we're just seeing more and more alerts start to be functioned out. So let's get a little bit of a track on this system. We're expecting some areas, McConnellsville, 1120, Cole, 1124, Cambridge, 1125, 1131, Lee. Most areas, Barlow, around 1147. A lot of this heavier rain is coming your way, and it will continue over the next few hours. So expect some strong wind damage and continue through the next few hours as well. By the time we get a little bit later in the afternoon, we're seeing possibility of having some more severe thunderstorm warnings build back into our area, especially with how much rain we're going to be seeing over behind this storm system that's in our area right now.